I think we're talking about, whether we're talking about hate crimes, we're talking about police officers, and they're part of that domestic terrorism matrix. Um, this is all how this sort of system was designed to work, which is to brutalize Black people, dehumanize Black people, oppress Black people. I don't think that this is going to be something that can be addressed totally by the federal government. As we can see, a lot of things that happen with police and policing are happening at the state and local levels. And I think we're going to have to start thinking more critically about redress in those places, because that's where we start, I think, to see a bit more movement, because for some of the reasons that Dr. Nichols just already pointed out, the calculation in Congress is very different. And we have a executive, quite frankly, who's made it clear that he doesn't really want to use executive orders to legislate. So he really wants to depend on his colleagues in Congress to do this work. But there is a lot of reluctance there to do that. And I think when we look at where we might seek some relief, or where we might see some cracks in the walls, mayor's offices are attractive places to go. City councils are attractive places to try to seek some reform. State legislatures, because that, quite frankly, is where a lot of the policing and the business of policing happens, not necessarily at the federal level. So this is not to suggest that the federal level couldn't be important here. They can be. The Department of Justice has been integral, at least pre-Trump administration, and in coming up with some consent decrees in other places. They were quickly rescinded, but we know that the federal intervention can matter. But I think when we think about who pays the salary of chiefs of police, who makes decisions around the budgets for police forces and things like that, city and local governments should also be held to account here.